Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Time for Market Monday, where I give you all of the things that I'm looking for this week in Hockey Ultimate Team when it comes to the market and making coins. Now, this week in Hockey Ultimate Team, we got the best event potentially ever. However, there's a lot of coins to be had, and I think that there's a lot of chasing that's going on when it comes to these cards, and I want to touch on that specifically. So, guys, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel and check me out on Twitch. I go live every single day at 2 p.m. until 5 Eastern Time. Check out the new content Monday to Friday. All right, I hope to see you then. All right, let's get into today's Market Monday. All right, the first thing we need to talk about is just the under 22 event and what I'm doing and what I would recommend you guys do. So obviously we got 11 new cards, and I mentioned in my ranking video and the video going over the full event that these are all some of the best, if not the best, of their position in the game currently. However, you need to remember, guys, they are capped at 92, and that means that eventually they are going to be passed by future cards. Now, a lot of the players are free to play, and you don't have exceptional amounts of coins to spend. And while they are cheap to get into, because it only costs about 80,000 coins roughly, or trading in a bunch of cards to get an 86 overall version, the full version of these cards costs about 370,000 coins. So you need to keep that in mind, because it is still a substantial investment. While it is cheaper than almost every other event that we've had in the history of NHL, it is still an expensive process, so I want to keep that in mind. In my rankings video, I touched on the cards I would look for, and Bowen Byram, guys, is really the only one that I would recommend making or focusing on. And then I want you guys to just hold off for a second. Here is the reason why. So Connor Bedard was obviously one of the highlighted ones so far in this first release, because it's super exciting. He's one of the best players coming up into the NHL draft next year, and one of the most exciting players, not in the NHL currently. He looks exceptional. 92 speed as a winger. His shot is maxed. Everything looks great. Here's the problem. He has 91 acceleration, and almost everyone that has used him finds that he just cannot get separation. And if you have someone who's 5'10" that can't get separation against some of these other cards, you're going to be struggling. Now, that doesn't mean he's a bad card at all. It just means that I wouldn't focus on other cards, because if he's struggling now, when everything else gets to 90 and above, he's going to be struggling even more, and he's just going to be off your team. So Connor Bedard is not one that I would go after. And another big reason is my projection is if Connor Bedard got into this event, there is no way that Shane Wright does not get a card next week. And why is that important? Well, he's above 6 foot, and he's a right-handed that's probably going to be able to play the wing, which is someone I would much rather have than Connor Bedard. So I would hold off. If you are a fan and you want to make him, absolutely, but this is just for the market standpoint and the cost involved. Again, Market Monday. The other card I spoke highly of, and the one I think that has the most longevity, is Kirby Dach. I mean, he's 6'4". There's, as a centerman, that's pretty much unmatched. That's super important, having someone that's 6'4". He's got 91 speed with buzzing. He checks off all the boxes you want in a centerman, and no matter what, at the end of the game, he could be your fourth-line center, and you wouldn't be upset with it. The reason why I'm holding off on him is because there's potentially someone even bigger coming, and that would be Quinton Byfield. If Byfield gets a card, I would much rather have him. I'm a bigger fan of Quinton Byfield, but I think that he could be potentially better. So we're going to have to wait on that one, but it's just a guess of mine. There's a shot that he doesn't get one, but I would think he does, and if he does, he would probably be one of the best, if not the best, centerman in the game. The other thing in terms of the market, I would not buy any tradable under 22 player, and here is the reason why. So obviously, the advantage of buying one of these cards would be that, at any point you could just cut him down and sell him. But if that's what you're looking to do, you're obviously going to be wasting coins, because if you go all the way up to tier 6, breaking him down is you're going to lose half the coins. But the reason why I would not do that is because for 80,000 coins, you can trade in a bunch of 83s and make one that you can choose from, which I would recommend Bowen Byram being the one you want, and then probably Stützle or Dach. And again, if you have any other favorite cards, go ahead and do it. But those are the ones that I would really do, because I think they have the longest longevity. If you're buying a tradable one, in about 2 months when you go to sell them, they aren't going to go for a lot of coins. No one is going to buy these cards, for 100 plus, and then spend the 300K to get them to 92 when they could spend 400,000 coins and get the new master sets that are out in January that are going to cost about 4,000 coins and be 93s already. So keep that in mind, guys. I would not buy tradable under 22 cards at all. Now, that being said, let's talk about what to do with your cards. Let's say you've got a stacked team, or you've been hoarding your cards. What do you do with all of the golds that you've got? When it comes to 83s, guys, I would 100% be selling these. So that kind of makes no sense because, obviously a new set's coming out, but these are going for like 7,000 coins. And why I think this is important is once this event ends, there's a very strong possibility that the next event is high enough overall that 83s are not the main requirement. Like, they aren't super involved in the exchange, and that will tank their price. The reason why 83s are so high right now is because it is really the cheapest way by about 10,000 coins to make one of these untradeable, under 22 cards. In my event video, I did all the math for you, and when you buy 3 for 7,500 coins, you're looking at about 67,000 plus about 12 to make another one, and so it's about 80,000 coins to make the untradeable choice pack. And if you do that, then obviously you can choose. You don't need to buy untradeable because you know what one you're getting. Now, obviously, next week's event, or this Friday, you're going to get 11 more, and there's a strong possibility that you're going to want to do that and make a few of those. So if you have a ton, hold off on them. But in my opinion, none of the 92s outside of Byram and Doc, I think, and Stützle have longevity enough to where their end game, where you could have them on your team no matter what at the end of the year and be okay with it. And if that's the case, you can make a ton on 83s because the next time there's an event that doesn't require them, they are going to tank, guys. The other huge thing that's happening with the market and the huge crash that we saw because of everyone chasing after these 11 new cards is the actual X Factor packs and the X Factor cards. Why is this important to pay attention to? Well, let's take a look at someone like Patty Kane, who isn't even selling at 140K. Guys, the under 22 cards cap at 92. Patrick Kane at 88. He's got 92 speed with distributor, 94 acceleration. He's going for 140,000 coins, and he's going to hit 99 more than likely. There is no reason to avoid that or sell these X Factors for that low of a price. Once this event is done, all the new shininess and the new hotness is going to wear off on those 22 cards, and you're going to go back to looking at the X Factors. Someone like Patty Kane is a perfect example. 140,000 coins is insane to me and definitely a buy in my opinion because this is a card. The reason why these X Factors are so important, and it's a much like, why my team is pretty much set, is because you know that they're going to get upgrades throughout the year, and you can upgrade them at your own leisure, your own time and cost, and whenever you have the coins. But the 92s, they're capped at 92, guys. So I need you guys to remember that. The other one has been a staple of Market Monday, and that is Sean Couturier. Guys, 78,000 coins. When I talked about him 2 weeks ago, he was going for under or about 100, and everyone shot up because they realized they've got a 6'3" center that can get to 86 for pretty cheap. And he's got Fly the Zone. He's got 88 speed. I also need to point out that he hasn't had a speed upgrade in 2, so his next Primetimer Team of the Week will get him to 89 speed with Fly the Zone activated. This is one of the best centermen that you're going to have in the game, and you don't need to replace him. 80,000 coins for this card is wild to me and should definitely be more than that, but it's because of these new 92s that came out. They're driving all of the hype and engagement, and everyone is trying to sell everything they can to make them. This is where you make your coins. Another perfect example is Austin Matthews. 200,000 coins for Austin Matthews, guys. This isn't rocket science. That price is wild to me. He is going to get up to a 99, guys. There is no reason to sell these cards and avoid them because of this new event that came out. I'm just trying to hammer it home. It is very important to look out for the high-end X Factors that you can get in on a very cheap right now, because once this event ends and it goes back to a more maybe traditional style of event like the next one that's coming, the X Factors are going to be the focus again, especially when Austin Matthews gets like a Team of the Week or Primetime past 91 and goes to 92. It's going to be expensive, yes, to upgrade him to tier 11, but you can upgrade him. The ability to do that and save your power-up collectibles, things like that, is just way more advantageous than getting these 92 cards, loading your team with them, having a stacked team now, and then in 2 months being like, wow, I wish I really didn't put 5 92 overall players that can't go any higher and not invest in these guys. Now, guys, I also mentioned about some of the Evo cards. I hope you guys got in on Morgan Riley when I told you to at under 300,000 coins. If you didn't, well, you're toast. Same with Mangiapane. I told you guys under 300,000 coins for someone who's probably going to pot 30, it looks like, this year. Now they're just too high and you're not going to get in. You're going to pay full price for them. Some of the other ones I want you guys to pay attention to specifically is Phil Kessel, because he just hasn't lit it up yet. And I think that he has the ability to do so. Like, at some point, Phil Kessel will probably pot 4 and 5 games, And when that happens, his price is going to go through the roof. If you see him for like 120, 30,000 coins and you've got a ton of coins, he is someone that I would invest in. The other one, again, I've mentioned on my channel quite a bit, Jared McCann is getting a great opportunity with huge minutes. 200,000 coins is kind of expensive, but he is scoring at a pretty impressive clip, and he's already usable as a centerman. So 200,000 coins for this card is nice. I'll say that. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's Market Monday. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and please subscribe to the channel for the most up-to-date NHL 22 content. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.